drive into left center field. That ball is going to be out of here. It's gone. It's 7:15. There's a new home run champion of all time, and it's Henry Aaron.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Gibson swings and a fly ball to deep right field. This is going to be a home run. Unbelievable! A home run for Gibson. And the Dodgers have won the game 5-4. I don't believe what I just saw.
There's a left back. I believe. The Giants from the pennant. 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 Bobby Thompson gets into the line back. I'm going to see him win. The Giants from the pennant. And they're going crazy.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game.
Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
This is WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Absolutely love having baseball back, and I love that intro. With that, we welcome you to the Friday edition of WHPC Sports Talk. I'm your host for today, Joshua Umahi, joined by Anthony Deus.
We're waiting on the platinum sombrero from Joey Gallo as we speak. I will keep you updated right now. It's a 2-2 count.
Yes.
But what a day.
Yes.
What a last 2 days.
What a terrible game so far for the Yankees.
It's tied in the 8th inning.
Ben is just being a contrarian because he didn't watch anything. He hasn't been watching anything.
I have been. I watched the Mets game last night.
Ben was texting and driving the whole way here. Like he's not.
That's a lie. It's a slanderous lie. It's instead of fake news, it's Deus news. That's Deus news.
Already.
Gina, how we doing?
I'm good. I'm slowly becoming a baseball fan. Not gonna lie to you. I'm watching the game. I saw a little bit of the Mets game last night. They did really good.
All right. I'm looking, hopefully by September, Gina Halstead can be a full-on baseball fan. That's my goal right now.
I mean, given their pitching situation, they did really good on the mound last night. I do know that. Yes.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Yeah, it is. It's really nice.
Good.
It's great.
Ben, I agree with you, and we'll get to that.
Yes.
Wow, he got walked. So
a walk from Joey Gallo. Look at that.
There we go.
All right.
Garrett Cole should have never left the Pirates. Let me just say that first.
Oh, yeah. Because, you know why? Because he wanted to stay with that classy franchise that spends a lot of money, right?
Oh, would you say that about, you think Pittsburgh isn't classy?
It's a beautiful city. I should not say classy, but they don't spend money. Yeah. The owner's completely cheap. They had a really good window in 2015 where they could have really went on the run if they added more pieces, spent money, and they didn't.
It was, they were an amazing team. And I actually, even though Pittsburgh was in the National League, I had a soft spot for Pittsburgh.
I don't think people hate the Pirates. I think they just exist. They're like floating out there. They float out there.
Plus, people don't really like bad baseball teams as a whole. Like it's easy to clown them.
Last year with the Mets Pirates series, that was great. With those amount of errors, who was it?
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I do know what you're talking about.
Twice on both sides of the plate. Yeah. You have to look it up. Last year, 20.
Yeah, it was for the Mets and the Pirates, very weird experience last season. Ben Oppenheimer, you've talked plenty during the intro. How are you feeling?
Yes,
how you doing?
I'm feeling good. We have a 100% winning average for the Mets. We got and let's try to plan to keep it for at least the next few games and let's try to sweep the Nationals in Washington and then sweep the Phillies in Philly. Because I think they're playing Philly after this.
I believe so, yeah.
And let's hope the Yankees go, instead of a sweep, they get swept.
Now you're being a hater. The Yankee fans don't want to hear that.
Be careful. We had another Met fan at this station mush the Mets season to begin with, so be careful.
Mush the Mets season? What do you mean mush? Like
you were here on Wednesday, reverse karma. We were talking up the Mets, and then DeGrom gets hurt and everything.
A specific intro to the show was made, directed at me while I was gone in Florida, making fun of the prize of the Yankees franchise, John Sterling.
Anthony, you know the funny thing about that? Like, there was a clip on my Twitter timeline about that home run, or the home run that wasn't.
Yeah.
And I'm watching it, like, off the bat, I thought that ball was crushed.
Yeah, no, it's sort of an optical illusion, and plus the whole. If you were listening to the broadcast, a lot of times they were watching the game on monitors. They weren't there. I don't know if that was the case. They were there in Fenway or not, but still.
Just the ball off the bat and the way the camera lifted after it was hit.
Any fly ball Stanton hits, like from the direct angle, you think it's gone because he's just the exit velo, and I don't like that stat, but his exit velo.
Why don't you like it?
Because it's a stupid stat. Just because he hit.
All right, that's unfair. That's unfair to call us.
We're not doing this. Let's move on.
No, it is. That's serious. A serious thing. Wait, I just want to touch on.
Okay.
My friend is at the Yankees game opening day today, and he is a Mets fan, but he's like a lukewarm Mets fan. But what's starting to bother me is I said when he said he was going to Yankees opener, I said, was the Mets opener not good enough for you? And then he was like, he started kind of hinting that he may be changing franchises.
Because I was supposed to go to the game today, but I had a math test today that made no sense.
A math test? A math test held you back?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
but I am going to
terrible.
Mets opening day, so that's nice.
Okay. All right,
so you're both doing the opposite.
Okay.
Are you becoming a Mets fan?
There you go.
Would you transition to? Is there anything that can make you transition to the Mets organization?
Not a thing. I don't hate the Mets, but no, not.
Oh, well, we know that's a lie. One of those things you said is a lie.
Okay, so you're taking my word and you're saying it's a lie, even though you asked me. So,
it's just in Yankees fans' nature to hate Mets.
This is such like a kiddie game you're playing. You're like, I don't like the answer that you gave at the question I asked. It's stupid.
I love
yeah.
Ben with the Mets jersey on, Anthony with the Jeter jersey on. It's like the rivalry is taking another step forward. So.
Yeah, but it's like he's just being stupid. It's not even like not even like Matt.
Right. Typical elitist Yankees fan.
It's not even like Matt Leonard or Michael Merlo like slandered Jeter and then yada yada yada. He's just saying things to say things. But I want to give props to the Mets last night. What a great game!
Absolutely,
right. What you said was out of control. I'm not sure if you were talking about the Nationals or the Mets.
Well, let's get to
but someone was out of control.
Now. Let's get right to the Mets now.
Right.
We'll let this Yankee game play out, and we'll get to Aaron Judge's extension that wasn't a little later on. But the New York Mets opened their season last night, and they got a 5-1 win over said Washington Nationals. How about Tyler McGill? So he's an opening day starter, not just because he's the best pitcher on the Mets. Obviously, he's not, but
he could be. No, I'm joking.
Hey, maybe one day. Maybe one day. You never know.
One day, Ben. Because even look in 2015, out of those three pitchers, did you think DeGrom was going to be the best out of all of them?
No chance.
I thought Harvey would. I was a big Harvey guy.
Right, and you don't know what the future brings.
Josh, to talk about like the Mets last night, I remember this one moment where I was watching and you said McGill, right?
Tyler McGill.
Sure. Okay, I'm still learning the players. He was at the mound. He had he striked out. Someone. He stroked out someone. I don't know how you call it. But he got him out, right? And you could see at a moment where he kind of gained his confidence and just carried on his performance for the rest of the game.
Preaching. I think what you're referring to, so it was the third inning. There was kind of like a weird chopper off the plate hit by the Nats leadoff man, Cesar Hernandez. So it's first and second and one out. And you have, in my opinion, the best hitter in baseball, Juan Soto.
I don't know about Juan Soto.
He is. Come on. Come on, Ben.
At least in the National League.
I know he's a rival, but come on, give credit where credit's due.
I prefer Pete Alonso as a hitter to Juan
what?
Soto.
You're insane. No, don't. No. Josh.
How is that insane?
Josh.
How is that? No.
I even know
one is a 300 hitter, the other is a 260 hitter, and he's very good in his own right.
Yeah,
but see, this is a larger problem that happens on Fridays. We acknowledge him, the stupid stuff he says, and then he feeds off of it. So what I'm proposing is when he says something stupid, we just go, okay, whatever, and move on, because we don't need to add fuel to the fire. I'm already annoyed, okay? Yeah. And we're going to get to the Yankees later, and if we start, it's over for you. It's over for you.
Whenever you talk about the Yankees or just hating Julius Randle or any of your usual topics, I'm just going to say... don't pay attention to the peanut factory over there, or what's the peanut gallery? Peanut gallery. I said the peanut factory. I apologize.
But it's called, he striked him out. Okay, that's how. Okay,
it was Gina. To your point, it was
struck him out. Okay, struck him out.
Huge. It was a huge strikeout. It was monumental in terms of how that night was going to go. Because if he gives up a 3-1 bomb, let's say, and Juan Soto went deep later in that game, thankfully there was nobody on base, which is what you want with that guy. But if that goes any differently, we could be talking about the Mets and their prospects very, very differently today. Because coming into yesterday, it was all really doom and gloom. Obviously, we spent a lot of money in the offseason, but DeGrom goes down, and then Max Scherzer, who's pitching tonight, has a hamstring issue. And he was kind of uncertain.
So do we know if he's pitching tonight?
Yeah, he's pitching tonight.
He's pitching.
Which, by the way, you brought it up earlier on Apple TV. So
yes.
Let me just say
I was going to mention that. I was actually going to mention that.
So as a Mets fan, we're all hyped up for Max Scherzer's debut.
I am.
And I'm thinking I can't wait to hear Gary, Keith, and Ron on the call. It's going to be amazing. Apple TV?
Right. It's and Mike, he who should not be named, he who's hiding in.
You just named him.
That's true.
Give me I'm making another offer on Amazon. What time was that? Here, give me a postcard. I'm writing it down.
It's currently 4:09.
4:09.
I messed that up.
4:09.
I did mess that up. But Mike was saying, there's no problem. There's no problem with Apple TV or streaming or the death of cable or any of that. I think it's dystopian when I see an Apple TV advertisement, because next thing you know, it's going to be 10 years from now, it's going to be, instead of the Mets, why don't you watch the virtual Mets using a VR headset, and you'll get to enjoy.
Ben, you had a point until you went out there, but
I'm serious. I'm very serious.
No, Ben, I agree with you, and I don't know what how much Tim Cook cares about baseball, as I have 3 Apple products in front of me right now. A walking contrarian, but still. It's Max Scherzer. You want to see what I'd have to say the best broadcast booth in baseball has to say. What they have to say.
Thank you. See, someone admitted that. But
a lot of people have.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. You and your cronies.
Again, my cronies, even though I agreed with your statement, right? Yeah.
But with this Apple TV broadcast, it's they want to promote. I feel like what's happening now, potentially this decade, especially for sports, not just in baseball, but is the death of local cable networks, and that's a very frightening thought. I'm very serious about that. So it's something to think about. We have to save local sports. SNY, yes, and MSG. 100%. I'm with them all if
There we go, Ben. We're making progress, Ben. Sorry.
516-572-7440 if you want to talk about just the atrocity of the Mets game being on Apple TV exclusively tonight, or just the Mets in general, or baseball in general. We're going to get to a lot opening up the show here. So, again, the third inning happens, a big strikeout of Soto. Tyler McGill goes the next 2 innings, shuts him down. 5 scoreless innings from your surprise opening day starter.
I thought he could have won another inning.
Absolutely, especially when Juan Soto went deep after that.
I understand what, Buck Showalter, he's your young pitcher. You don't want to push him out too fast, right? And it's okay. You won the game regardless, but he could have won another inning. And the most shocking thing was then you bring in Trevor May, and then Juan Soto just takes him deep to right field.
Yep, and that's when, if you remember, the Mets bullpen at times last season were like, oh no, here we go.
Right. But I thought Edwin Diaz actually closed it pretty well. And I remember when we first traded for Edwin Diaz, I was very excited about that trade. And then in the 2019 season, which actually the Mets weren't too bad in 2019, they almost made the playoffs.
86 wins. Just missed the playoffs.
And but Edwin Diaz was terrible. He's probably the worst reliever I've seen in following the Mets. That was so hyped up and so everyone was getting all excited for him. Edwin Diaz, he had like a 5-point-something ERA. Like every time he would close out a game, he would be giving up multiple runs.
He'd walk the first few batters and then maybe get somebody out, but then the big blast or the big cutthroat single comes in. Right,
and he's improved since 2019. But I was very happy to see last night he just no drama, just closed out the game and the inning. And I'd like to see that for the rest of the season.
It's a slow climb back up to where he was in Seattle.
Right, but is it going to be a climb? I hope it is. Well, I hope it's consistently he's going to keep getting back to where he was. Now I don't know. Some people have said it's because of some elbow thing that he has. That's why he hasn't been what he was, and he's been dealing with this elbow issue. But I don't know. I don't know what it is. I mean, I don't know if that's official. So I can't say.
We don't know. Again, everybody's dealing with something. I think it's just a lot of the mental aspect that comes with, being a big-time closer in New York City. It's different. Yeah. Any type of athlete facing major pressure like that in this city is going to be some growing pains. I mean, we saw on the other side of the plate with Lindor. So
right.
last season.
Right, and I'm still very skeptical about Lindor because, I was talking to my dad last night, and he was like, I think Lindor is going to bat like 280, and he's going to get over 25 home runs for us.
I take that.
And I don't know. I mean, we don't know. I mean, I feel like we thought he was going to be this superstar last season, and really he hasn't been this incredible, like, eye-popping player to watch since, the 2016 Indians, I feel like. I feel like in some ways.
It's definitely concerning.
Yeah.
I mean, we gave a guy $341 million.
Right.
And he's got to be a lot better than he was last season. Now, the way he started spring training this season, we're like, okay, it's very encouraging.
Right.
And then you remember, he had a great spring training again last season.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 years prior.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, just to think about that, I'm saying in terms of money aspect, we gave a guy $340 million.
That's crazy.
$340 million. And for his first season to impress us, he decided to grace us with batting .220. So,
definitely got to be better.
So, yeah, it's got to be better. But I'm sure Deus would say, he's going to bat 300.
No, I don't think he's going to bat 300. I think 270 in that range is.
So you think he'll be normal this year?
I think he'll be better.
You think?
I mean, he had a bad error in the first throw that was terrible, but. I want to get to a larger point about the Mets here, but there's a noticeable change on this team. I know it's one game; it's a very, very small sample size, but they just look a lot different. I don't know what it is about them. The hustle, it's probably been there, but maybe it's more noticeable. They're playing with fire.
I 100% agree.
Well, we played with fire in 2015.
Right, no, but I'm saying...
Which you guys wrote off.
I didn't write that off. Again, nobody said that, so stop making things up. I don't know. It could be the Buck Showalter effect. It could just be the opening day. We're just waiting to explode upon the field, right? Maybe it's just that. We don't know. But there's something different about that team. And even with, I can't even put a word on it, but they just look different and more motivated.
Well, we all tend to perform better with an adult in the room, right?
Yes.
So there's no more.
Are you calling? Are you calling your former manager a child?
Who, Luis Rojas?
Yes. Are you calling him a child?
Or Mickey Callaway?
Hey, that's my new third base coach. Watch it. Watch it.
Mickey Callaway's your new...
Luis Rojas. Yeah.
Mickey Callaway.
We're not going there.
Yeah.
Let's quickly get to the call and pivot from that. Caller, you're on WHPC Sports Talk. What's up?
Hey, guys, it's Justin of the Radio Rumble. I just got to say, Ben, you are hilarious. I want you on the morning show, and I'm not,
That's what we've been saying about Ben.
This guy's an MVP. I legitimately laugh my butt off every time, and he has some great points. But I want to make a point, and maybe you guys will agree with this. Do you guys think that the Mets need to retaliate? Because they got hit 3 times last night, and Alonso got hit right in the head. Luckily, he had that little flap on his helmet.
Right.
I wanted Scherzer attacking him, his old team, but somebody's got to throw at these Nationals. They can't just eat this like they did last year. They got to fight.
Yeah, I couldn't. I can't believe I'm saying this because you're Mr. Basement guy, but I couldn't agree with you more.
What?
In terms of. I was making a joke about how I never see you, how you're in the basement. So
He's here every day.
What I'm saying, Josh, listen to me.
Sounds weird, man.
Now I'm being interrupted.
You've taken 30 seconds to get to his point.
It's because I'm being interrupted.
You're interrupting yourself.
Thank you.
By Deus and the minions over here.
Make your point.
All right, Josh, what I'm saying is, I keep thinking I'm talking to Josh. I keep confusing myself when I say Josh.
Boy.
But
just get to
it. Josh, I couldn't agree with you more. And I heard a stat on SNY last night that said the Mets have been hit by balls. I don't like the way that came out. The Mets have been hit by pitch more than any other MLB team in the past few years. And I think it's part of a larger kind of bias, I think, because they think they can, every MLB team thinks they can mess with the Mets because they're the little guy. And, since we're the New Yorkers, so, like, automatically everyone hates New York. Everyone, wants to be in New York. But also, not only are we in New York, we're the little guy in New York. So it's like a double whammy of they hate us. So that's why we'll get a hit by pitch. We'll get, calls that won't go our way. And it has to be investigated. It has to be looked into. So I think they got to investigate that. What do you think about that, Josh?
Josh or me, Justin?
Wow, he forgot the name. Wow, that's a new low. Wow. Wow.
Me and Josh look very different.
Very, very different.
No, because I confused your names because you're both with Jay, and then I got interrupted by the Motley Crew.
The Motley Crew
over here.
Crew, man. I think personally, Showalter needs to instill something in this team to fight back, and hopefully we see that tonight. I think it would be such a huge statement if Scherzer throws at his former team. That will show, hey, we ain't the little brothers in New York, and we're not going to take this crap.
Right.
I'm going to listen to the rest of the show. Tune in tomorrow, 12 to 3, marathon of the Radio Rumble. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye, Justin.
Say less, Justin.
When the Astros came into town last year, there was this whole question of Garrett Cole's going to throw at his old team. He didn't. I don't think that's going to be happening, but that was concerning, and that's why I texted in our group, the Friday show group chat, that this is out of control, because that's 3 times.
Right.
And it was right to the head.
Well, I assumed it was against the Mets because, I assumed you were hating. Well, I assumed you were hating. I assumed wrong. I assumed
Apologize.
Wrong. What is this, the court of law?
Apologize.
The court of Deus?
Whatever.
I apologize. I
just want to say Chapman looked good without the spider tack. Right now, Yanks are back.
They're back?
Yanks are back.
The Yankees are back.
You were throwing a tantrum over Garrett Cole.
Yeah, I know I was, but guess what? Yanks are back.
The Yankees are back in the same way that
Ben forgets his statements the same way that
Ben, while you remember that statement, let's get to
I actually did forget what I was going to say.
Let's get to the caller. Caller, WHPC Sports Talk, you've reached us. What's up?
No, let's wait until Ben figures out what to say. And then, so we'll be here like three days before he figured out what he's going to say. What's going on, guys?
What's up, Mike?
Look who has the audacity to call in from...
I'm watching this game right now at the BetMGM Sportsbook next to Nationals Park, and I think Aaron Judge is going to hit a walk-off home run and stick it to the New York Yankees for being cheap. As they've shown the past few years. Yeah,
Mike, Mike,
the Yankees are the Yankees of old.
This is not 2 Bens on the air right now, okay?
Oh, maybe it is.
That is a fair deal for Aaron Judge. And listen, I'll be critical as Cashman. You want to get into it right now? I'll get into it. That's ridiculous.
No, I'm honest to God, I am just joking. I thought Aaron Judge is an idiot.
Come on.
He
disappointed me.
That is $30 million a year. You take that. I mean, you will get him. He's going to get injured this year in some capacity.
Hold on. You're calling Aaron Judge one of the class acts an idiot
for not taking $30 million a year.
Oh, so he's an idiot for not being greedy.
If he don't want it, I'll take it.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. I'll take $1 million.
Really, I'd be good with that. A year?
Ben, he's going to be 30 in 2 weeks. So by the time
age is just a number, Mike.
He's going to get a contract at 30. They're going to be paying him for his age. 31 season on. That one's gone. The White Sox took the lead to the ninth. That ball is crushed.
My guys.
Anyway, you're paying an older guy. I don't think he's going to get 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, you know what I think?
On the open market.
Well, hold on, Mike. This might be a moment of agreement for us. I think, and I proposed this before, I think there should be, just like we have in the NBA, we should have a 5-year cap on baseball contracts.
Well, we can't do this now. We can't do this now.
Mike, before hold on. Mike, before you go, did you hear what Ben said?
About?
He said that Pete Alonso was a better hitter than Juan Soto. I'll leave it with that.
I'm going to hang up now. Ben, Juan Soto's the best player.
Let's compare the stats. Let the stats talk.
Let's please compare the stats.
You want?
Yeah. Pull them up.
I'll pull them up right now.
Pull them up. Let the stats talk, Mr. Statman.
Ben, that comment that you just made.
I'm going to pull up the stats right now.
You know right now.
We're gonna embarrass you on air right now.
Never be allowed to do radio ever again.
Oh, that's a lot. That's it's funny coming from you, Mike. It's ironic, seeing as how I stole the show on Wednesday, and you were just playing catch up the whole time.
No, I was laughing at you, Ben. I was laughing at you.
Oh yeah.
Wednesday was a classic. I'll say that.
You were laughing out of pain because you knew deep down that I was eviscerating you.
Oh, here we go. We didn't even argue on Wednesday.
We did. I made my points. I made my points, and you resorted to screaming and stuff like that.
Ben, go look at the numbers for yourself, okay?
We're getting the numbers up for him right now.
Mr. Statman's looking up the numbers.
Yes, because there's not one stat that shows Juan Soto is not a better player than Pete Alonso. I'm going to hang up now, guys. Have a good rest of the show, and I'll see you guys on Monday.
All right, Mike, thank you. That's Michael Merlo of Sports Talk and the Morning Madhouse here on WHPC. And Ben, come on, man. Because you're saying to bring up the stats. The stats completely disprove your point.
Have you seen the stats?
We're getting them right now.
I'm looking at the stats right now. I have Juan Soto stats right here. So, what's the highest Pete Alonso has batted before we even look at them in a season?
268?
268, 270. Juan Soto last season batted .313. Ben, on base percentage. On base percentage. So he's on base.
Well, I like OPS.
OPS, even better. Let's go there.
I got them both right up here.
All right.
You ready?
And let's also see the defensive stats.
I'm gonna give you the opportunity to walk this back.
All right. You can give me the opportunity. It doesn't mean I'm going to take it.
So let's focus on last season. Just last season. That's the latest, kind of big span of data we have. So what did Pete Alonso bat last season?
I don't have the official. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head.
I have the career.
Okay, so say
career.
Yeah.
You want career?
No, I'm saying 2021. Compare the stats. Okay, Mr. Expert.
2021. So Juan Soto, like I said, batted .313 with a .465 on base percentage. Ben, do you know how good you have to be to get on base nearly half the time you're up?
He's not looking you in the eye, so he knows he's wrong.
No. Isn't the average of being good on base should be around 300?
All right, and let's see Alonso's on base percentage.
All right,
that only shows the career on that.
All right, we're looking at the career on base percentage for Pete Alonso. 348.
I'm not looking at the career. I'm saying.
Let's look at the career.
No, I'm saying 2021, not the career.
But they both came into the league really at the same time.
Ben, last year it wasn't comparable.
All right, so you know what? If you want to play that game of Mr. Career Man over here,
go ahead, Josh. Go ahead.
Let's compare. Let's compare 2019 Pete Alonso rookie year versus Juan Soto's best year.
I'm just not.
So each one's best year.
No, the whole career of those two. That's what I'm going to do.
Let's stop. No, because you're giving. I didn't even realize it. We're giving him leeway by letting him continue with this because he's wrong. And he's laughing, and he's wrong. He's not maintaining.
I'm wrong, but they can't. If you're listening, they can't prove why I'm wrong. They want.
You just admitted you were wrong.
Just to kind of.
No, I didn't say I was wrong. I said they're calling me wrong.
Just to close this, Soto.
Let's see the stats. I've never even heard the stats.
Then.
Yeah, all right.
Juan Soto, 301 batting average. Pete Alonso, 257. On base percentage, 432. Juan Soto, 348. Pete Alonso. On base plus slugging percentage. Juan Soto with a staggering 98 OPS to Pete Alonso's 89. Staggering.
What else is there to say, Ben?
Look at it. I want to see his 2019 season.
No, I don't have to show you that.
No, I don't
have to show you that.
And also, I want to see.
You're getting.
I want to see defensive stats. I do. I have a right.
We have projectiles flying in the WHPC
I'm not even
studio.
a Met fan. I don't. I can't even imagine being this so. What's the word? I don't even know. You got me at a loss for words.
While we were watching,
my opinions are just out of this world.
Uh-oh.
Wow. While we're watching the Yankees game in here,
they better get it done this inning because
well, they're not. They're not. I'm going to spoil it for you. They're not. They're not going to get it done.
All right, I'm live betting it. You mushed it.
While we watch an Anthony live bets, I want to remind you all you are listening to WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I'm Joshua Umahi, joined by Anthony Deus, Gina Halstead, and Ben Oppenheimer. You guys want to talk some basketball while we watch the end of this week's
I would love to. All right.
I
would love to talk about how the Knicks kept it competitive in the final minutes with the Nets a couple nights ago.
Wait, what?
Wait. No, they didn't. They lost by like 10 to the Nets.
I said they kept it competitive in the fourth quarter.
What is that? No, Ben, they were up 20.
Literally, they were up.
The Knicks were up by 20.
Yes.
Obviously, the Nets were going to come back from that because they're the better team.
Okay.
But they kept it competitive.
They
Why are you
lost.
laughing?
Because they lost.
Well, it's you and the fact that they're going to extras with the runner on second right now.
They kept it competitive. I thought you were looking at the commercial. The Dove, I thought that was a Dove soap commercial.
Yo, okay. Back to the Knicks.
But the Knicks, they kept it competitive in the fourth, and they blew it at the end. But they kept it competitive.
How did this constitute as keeping it competitive? Because let me read a stat that's going to blow your mind. Let me read the stat. Hold on. The Nets scored 38 points in the fourth quarter, right? Mm-hmm. The Knicks scored 31 points in the entire second half. The entire second half.
I don't believe those stats.
Well,
I want to.
Go ahead, say it.
I said I want to see the fourth.
More like a fraud.
They were up by 20,
you're the fraud expert. You're the fraud.
They were doubled up in the fourth, 38-16.
And
that's not.
Based on one game, your argument is not totally wrong. But they constantly. No. Let me finish. You're wrong. I'm saying though.
You said it's not totally wrong. So
if it wasn't consistent, this is not the first time the Knicks have been up in the half and blown away a game. That's literally their entire season. So you can't make that statement when there are multiple occasions where this is the same type of gameplay that they had.
Speechless. You've rendered him speechless.
Laughing, no eye contact. Fraud. He's a fraud. You're a fraud.
It's ironic. He's the guy who's calling me a fraud.
It's ironic, right?
It is ironic. We have we have a right to freedom of opinion.
Yes.
I give my opinions, and then some people in here, when I ask them to bring up the stats, they start asking how it's already ridiculous from the start that they're looking up the stats, and then they don't give you the stats.
I gave you the stats.
You did here. I'm giving you credit. I'm giving you credit for here. But they kept it. All right, let's see the third quarter. I just want to see the third quarter.
Then they got scored 22-15 in the third quarter.
That's not as bad. It's not as bad. Let's keep it within 7 points. It's really the.
And lost by 10, though. They were up by 20 and lost by 10.
It's really the fourth quarter where they messed it up.
Well, I don't even want to talk about this game anymore.
Josh, I've said this multiple times. I'm on the verge of picking a new team. I can't watch this. I've seen high school basketball better than this, man.
You're preaching right now.
I can't do this
disrespectful.
anymore.
No, to that point.
It is disrespectful.
Gina, to that point, though, I'm unfortunately too loyal to give up on this team, right?
I don't.
But that's why this season is so frustrating because we had the greatness of last season.
Literally.
Making it into the playoffs, we think we're turning the corner, and then I can't even begin to list all the things that have gone wrong, from Randall to Tibbs to...
Well,
I'm not a quitter. I don't
agree with Randall.
Team, but it's hard not to.
I don't agree that Randall's gone wrong. He's averaging 20 and 10.
What was he averaging last year, Ben? What was he averaging last year? 25? 20? He's not doing anything wrong?
He led us to the playoffs last year. What point are you making? I don't get the point he's making.
And we're in the 12th seed in the East right now.
You know what we're in? Hold on.
What? This is what I'm talking about. If you're listening, he can't even describe what point he's making, and now he goes to the computer to look up some funny I forget the name of those things.
I said it.
Promos.
Okay.
Promos. I should know that.
You are now entering a world.
Excuse me. Low energy. I'm going to be with the high energy today.
With a man who thinks all things are conspiracies.
Why do you think that's happening?
Some say he's a genius.
So smart, me.
Some say he's speaking out of his ass. We say the latter.
He couldn't take the king.
You didn't answer the question.
Anybody else?
He didn't answer my question.
You have now entered the Oppenheimer zone.
You deserve that.
You did, because Ben, logically, the rule of math, right?
No, you're going to teach me about math.
I am, because you know what? I had to go to my math teacher today. I could have been there at Yankee Stadium.
Mr. Intellectually Dishonest is going to teach me about math. It's funny.
Ben, let's say
I like the music.
Ben, let's say you have a brain, right? Then you lose your brain, right? You did something wrong.
What are you, the Scarecrow from Gone with the Wind, or no, the Wizard of Oz?
Oh no! Say that one more time. Say that exactly.
I said the Scarecrow from the Wizard of Oz.
No, you said from Gone with the Wind.
It was. I messed up for a second.
Different movie.
They're both high-grossing movies from the 30s.
Shut up.
They're easy to mix up, right? They're easy to mix up.
Oh, definitely. Subject matter is definitely the same.
With that,
what, you don't like Gone with the Wind? It's a classic.
No.
What else don't you like?
We're not going there, Ben.
Do you not like The Godfather?
Ben, you're towing the line right now, Ben. Shut up.
You don't like classic cinema.
I do.
Josh, to go back to the Knicks, right? I've said it multiple times. I feel like they need, as a franchise entirely, they need to be flushed out. They need a clean reset from the GM. No, from the owner. Matter of fact, sell the team, please.
Well,
from the owner to the janitor. They need new people.
And to that point, Gina, what would really help is getting a top pick in this year's draft, right?
Yeah, but how is that going to happen?
Let me break it down for you.
All right.
So the Knicks play at the Wizards tonight, and the loser of tonight's game has a significantly greater chance of getting a top 4 pick in this year's draft. Now, let me explain it to you. Tommy Beer on Twitter, at Tommy Beer, explained this great. So the Knicks and Wizards are tied in lottery standings at 10 heading into tonight. But the team with the 9th best odds has a 20% chance of getting a top 4 pick in the draft, and a 4.5% chance of jumping all the way up to number 1. And say the Knicks and Wizards, whichever one stays at 10, they would have just an 11% chance at a top 4 pick. So my prerogative for the Knicks tonight: please lose this game.
Mm-hmm.
Please lose this game.
What time was that stupid statement? 4:33.
4:33. Yeah.
Okay, 4:33.
You call what stupid statement did I just make? I didn't even say anything.
No. The one you already forgot because I don't know.
Oh yeah.
The Knicks will win tonight.
They will.
They will win tonight.
Yeah, because it's for team morale. And they're going to win in spite of what you said.
No.
I didn't say it was a good thing, but I said for them it may be a good thing because it's for team morale.
Here we go.
Okay, usually, Ben, I'm with you on the
game's over. It's over.
What did I tell you?
Red Sox just scored in the top
over.
of the 10th.
This is the exact same thing that happened last year. I hate Rob Manfred. This is stupid rules. Stupid.
Oh! The conspiracy theorists play the music. Play the promo. The Deus promo I made.
The Deus promo.
Limit of 1 per show. Sorry.
That's.
Did he make a promo or is he? No, he's speaking out his ass. Like in the promo.
Who was that? Devers? He was booking it.
Ooh,
and he screwed up his
beautiful.
role a little bit there.
Yeah. Well, let's see if
that's what happens when Yankees fans lose. They can't.
This is a larger point. When you pay a starting pitcher $30 million to give up 3 runs, go 4 innings. That's the larger problem here. Sure, it was the obvious move, but he stinks and he's a weirdo. Talking about antlers and stuff, deer antlers in your press conference. Yeah. Who are you?
I'll never get past the taking forever to answer the spider attack
I can't
question.
lie. I can't lie. Just lie, dude. Just lie.
Just lie. When your reputation is on the line, you just can't lie.
You're already a weirdo. Just lie, dude.
Just get it over with. Back to the.
Sorry.
No. Get your stuff off.
No, you know what? Because this is disappointing. This is just 2 years in a row, and it's just weird losing on opening day.
And it's just continued rot of the Yankees franchise. Just a sign of franchise decline.
Yeah.
When's the last time they won a championship?
2009.
2009. When's the last time the Mets were in a championship? 2015.
No.
And if you edit the Yankees and the Mets championships from when the Mets were first created, it's 9-2. Then if you get rid of the kind of questionable wins, then it's 7-2. And then if you help the Mets.
The Yankees are one of the most illustrious baseball teams in the league by far. I don't even watch it, and I know that it's the Yankees. But no.
Really, the Mets should have won 2015.
But they didn't. The end goal is to win the World Series, and they didn't. That's not a stat. That's not a stat.
They should have won 73.
Ben, you know what that's like saying?
Memory lane.
This is what it's saying. The Knicks and the Celtics, right? Oh, well, there was no 3-point line, so we're eliminating everything up until 1981.
Literally, you can't make up your own stats.
To kind of tie this back to basketball and baseball, tie them together. So when the Jets and Giants were stinking it up to start football season, I got on this network and said, we have the Knicks and Nets seasons to look forward to. I mean, basketball's really looking up in New York. It's going to
jinxed
save
it
New York
for us,
sports.
Josh.
I mushed it, to use Mike's quote. I mushed the basketball season for New York. So I'm keeping quiet about the Yankees and the Mets, even though, at least for the Yankees, it's not looking
they're
too
doing
good
it
right
to
now.
themselves. You don't even have to say anything. I mean, you saw at the beginning of the show, I said Yanks are back. Yanks are back.
Yeah, it's a Deus curse. That's what it's called.
I think it is, Ben. I think it is, because you know what? I think in 2009, I fell asleep while they were celebrating the World Series.
Oh, no.
That's what happened.
That's how the prophecy started.
And then I was wide awake for when 2014, when the Rangers lost. So maybe it is. Maybe it is, Ben.
You finally agree on something. Look at that.
Maybe you're onto something. Ben.
Something's up. Something's up right now.
Or maybe you're
He's
speaking
agreeing
out of your
with me.
ass again. Who knows?
Oh, yeah, there it is. There it is. There it is.
To kind of put a ribbon on this Knicks topic. So the Wizards, they've wised up. Because I talked about you need to lose to secure that, higher chance at a top pick. So no Kuzma, no KCP, and we won't see our favorite Kristaps Porzingis tonight either.
No.
So, yeah. Meanwhile, we will probably play Alec Burks 40 minutes.
You know what's
We'll
weird,
probably
because
play
I
Taj
feel like
Gibson.
if you were to play Porzingis, you'd accomplish your goal in losing.
You're actually right about that.
I am
actually.
right.
Yeah, you are right about that.
I should be right.
Wait, the Wizards would lose if they played Porzingis?
Yeah.
I miss him.
All right,
on our
that
team. Not gonna lie.
that's
No. Don't tell me you're going to defend Kristaps Porzingis.
No,
Please
I
don't.
didn't defend Porzingis. I said he's going to help. He would help the Wizards win against the Knicks.
Not
What,
like
Glass Bones is going to help the Wizards?
Oh, glass bones. He's a great outside shooter. He came back decent from.
Because that's why he's still on the Mavericks, right? Yeah.
Well, he's not on the Mavericks. I didn't say he was on the Mavericks.
That's the point.
He's soft.
He's soft.
He's soft. He is.
How he bulked up. Now I'm not a Porzingis fan. He bulked up. You guys didn't see that like 3 years
still
ago. He
soft.
bulked up.
3 years ago.
Just because he
3 years
bulked up
ago.
physically.
Right, and he's been bulked up ever since. He was a string beam when he came into the league.
Oh, he's bulked up physically, but he's still a mental. Can I say mental midget? He's still a mental midget.
All right, so you can say that, but you can't say that he hasn't bulked up a little bit.
Bricked up, bulked up, he still sucks. Like,
oh yeah,
go on. He hasn't been good since he was on our team.
Yeah, it's.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree.
You don't agree?
He was
That was his
decent on the
prime. The
Mavericks.
little time-
he
amount of
averaged
time he
averaged
put-
20
that was
points
his
per game on the Mavericks.
It's weird with that trade that we won the trade, but it wasn't that big of a victory.
Yeah, it was like a snail and a turtle.
Yeah, I was very hyped for Dennis Smith Jr. 3 years ago. I thought that was going to be our.
You and
LeBron's friend, right?
LeBron's friend.
LeBron's friend.
Yep.
That
Is Dan Smith Jr. LeBron's friend?
Yes,
yeah,
the guy-
he was. That was during LeBron's whole Phil Jackson tour. He's like, oh, they should have picked Dennis Smith Jr. with the 8th pick instead of.
Yeah, what does LeBron have? He hates the Knicks. LeBron hates the Knicks. That's one thing I don't like about LeBron.
But he's my
Is he hates the Knicks? What does he have against the Knicks?
Well, I don't know.
Are you on Tankathon right now? Like, have you been on Tankathon?
I've been on Tankathon, yeah.
I have been as well. I'm doing it right now.
How's it looking?
I'm resetting, and I'm not going to be happy until the Knicks are a top 4 pick.
That's why we just need to lose the last 2 games of the season. We built up enough team morale. Sans Julius Randle. We built up enough team morale.
We only do have 2 games left.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see that Jokic made history? He's the first player to ever put up 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 500 assists in a season. That is unheard of.
Thank you for bringing that up, Gina.
Yeah, he's going to win the MVP this year. There's undoubting it. Yeah,
I wish LeBron. I think LeBron. If the Lakers were better. If the Lakers were better,
he's the first player to ever do that. He has definitely just secured the MVP by far.
Listen,
but he's boring. I'm not saying he isn't great, but I find Jokic personally. He's boring to watch.
Okay, not gonna lie. He's not
that's more of just how the Nuggets play. They're a boring team to watch, especially now that Jamal Murray.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they're not there for the excitement. Like, we do get excitement from NBA, but like they're putting up stats and they're getting those wins, and that's what at the end of the day is what it's really all about.
You know, the NBA MVP race has really become a 3-horse race now.
Really?
Embiid, we got first and second, down 1.
Oh no.
Joey Gallo coming up.
Oh no.
We could still have what's it called, the
platinum sombrero.
The platinum sombrero.
You know what? I want to shout out a friend really quickly. It was I think the first home game after they traded for Gallo, right? Where it was his first home run as a Yankee, right? So he hits the first home run, place goes nuts. He goes, "We got him for one more year." That's living in infamy. It's actually only we're going for a golden one, not a platinum.
Oh, okay. Well, still not great.
Still embarrassing.
Yeah.
Still
not ideal.
Still, we're going to extend him, and there's going to be some.
Amazing that we're still waiting for this Yankees game to end.
Yeah.
Well.
I wish we could watch.
I
the Mets
wanted
game.
to. I had one point about basketball, then I want to circle back to the Knicks really quickly.
Yeah.
Chet Holmgren.
Okay.
I'm not in on him.
Neither am I.
No.
No way.
No, he's. Congrats, you went to Gonzaga. No.
What about Banchero?
Banchero will be gone before the Knicks can pick him.
Yes.
Who do you think?
But let's say
if everything goes the way it should, maybe. Well, let's say
he's available. Would you pick him?
I pick him number 1.
Yeah.
Banchero.
So you don't think he's empty stats?
I was upset because that bet lost. That's why I was upset.
Yeah.
I was upset.
I knew it.
Back to the Yankees really quickly. Aaron Judge is a fool for not taking that deal. 7 years, $30 million a year, ridiculous.
Ooh,
I read on Twitter that it was actually 8 years and 225, 230.
Either way, that's an incredible amount of time. He'd be 38 by the end of that deal.
There's still players who can hit at 38. I mean, you had David Ortiz.
Yeah,
he was 40.
but he has the keys to the Yankees captain. He's right in line to be the next Yankees captain.
Who is the Yankees captain right now? Again?
No captain.
There's no captain.
No captain.
It should have been Judge
Gallo,
like 3 years ago.
Yes, I agree. Gallo with the incredible.
He had a productive out.
Productive out
from Joey Gallo. Okay.
Josh. Yanks are back. Yanks are back.
Oh, don't say
things like that
again.
are happening. Then
don't say that again. You're going to get angrier the next time when you see the result.
Yeah, I know it happens. I mean, can I ask you, Ben and Josh?
Yeah.
You've had those moments with the Mets, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, every day. But that's part of the grit of being a Mets fan.
I'm sure.
Is the Yankees? The Yankees are the elitist kind of. We run this town.
Yeah.
You know, prideful fans who look down on the little guy.
That they do disappear when the team goes bad in mid-April.
Right. And the Mets fans
are there,
and all Mets fans we agree with. I think all Mets fans can agree. And Sean, if he's listening, because I know Sean is a Mets fan. Mets fans are gritty. Mets fans don't abandon their team, and they don't give up. And
oh no! I'm sorry, Ben. Oh no!
So an intentional walk, it looks like.
Bases loaded.
Bases loaded, and we're going to commercial. Gleyber Torres up.
But yeah, just even just in the Mets, even just in Citi Field, just like the Mets organization, in my opinion, has more heart than any of Yankee Stadium. And Yankee Stadium's, it's a nice.
No. Call it what it is. It's really not that nice.
It's
very corporate.
Yeah.
The old Yankee Stadium was beautiful. Love the old stadium.
So what do you? I actually want to ask you guys this since we're talking about baseball. What do you think is some of the best, or the best? What's your favorite MLB ballpark?
Camden Yards. Point end and stop.
You stole mine, so I'll go PNC Park in Pittsburgh.
Beautiful park.
Yeah, I've heard good things about both of them.
Josh, you were going to walk me off the ledge about the Gleyber Torres thing, or something else?
Oh yeah. Well, I just wanted to remind everybody again.
Oh.
You are listening to WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College. 90.3 WHPC. Josh, Anthony, Gina, and Ben with you. Let's get to while we wait for the Yankee game to resume, let's get to an NBA talk-up I've been itching to get to.
You've been waiting all week for this, right?
Oh, boy. Them 76ers in Philadelphia down the turnpike, yo. And friend of the show. And he's climbing up the list, right? He is.
He's no Artie Moreno.
Rapidly.
Might be above Russell Westbrook at this point.
Oh, absolutely.
Doc Rivers, man. So
why don't you guys like it? I love Doc Rivers as a coach.
Let me explain it to you. So he gets all this praise, and he's like Teflon for winning the 2008 championship, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pierce, Allen, Garnett. Mm-hmm. Well, let me tell you what people don't know about that run. So they got taken 7 games by the Hawks in the first round. Almost lost. Almost blew it in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Hawks were good that season.
They were good, but they weren't.
And was Paul Millsap still in that team at that time?
I think so.
Was Paul Millsap?
So, yeah.
Jeff Teague, or no, that might have been before.
2008.
Yeah,
so we're talking about Al Horford, Josh Smith, those guys.
Oh yeah, Josh Smith was good.
Yeah, you almost blew it against those guys though, and then you get taken 7 games by LeBron's Cavs, barely escaped there, and then you win the championship, right? So, but let's look at what's happened since then. failures in Boston, goes to L.A. I don't got to tell you how that went.
The Clippers, oh my goodness. They had a chance. I swear.
So many
Chris
chances.
Paul, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, they had a chance.
That team, and then the first year of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George in their prime.
Literally.
You blow a 3-1 lead in the bubble. And then let's look at last season. While everyone wants to blame Ben Simmons and everything, Doc Rivers blew another series lead.
He is... I think Matt said this on one of the shows. He is the Joe Girardi of basketball.
Yeah.
He is Joe
that's
Girardi.
disrespectful to Joe Girardi.
It's absolutely
That's one thing I'll never agree with any Yankee fan on. I like Joe Girardi. I didn't think he was that bad of a manager.
Okay.
And I don't think he made it.
Agree to disagree.
Ben, you have a really big heart. You know that? Because all these guys I can't stand.
How do you feel
love.
about Doc Rivers? Because I'm like, and I don't. Matt said this yesterday that he's in the possible running of getting the new Lakers head coaching job once Frank Vogel's fired. Which, if it's true, that's amazing.
That is a match made.
It's kind of almost
that is
like
a match made
it
in
almost
hell.
kind of.
It is
So funny.
I almost think it doesn't. I mean, first of all, I think Frank Vogel and Doc Rivers are kind of similar in the way they coach because I think Doc Rivers is also pretty defensively minded.
I don't.
Right?
I don't think we've seen a sample size of Frank Vogel coaching though.
Right. So that's what I was going to say. Like it almost doesn't matter because it's really just you can't coach LeBron and AD and Westbrook at this point. Like their egos are so big where it doesn't matter.
Let me just say this about Doc Rivers.
It's the death of coaching in the
LeBron
NBA.
At least.
Let me say this about Doc Rivers. Like, so you have James Harden, who I think is showing severe signs of washness. Like, I think he's washness. Like, I think he's not playing well at all.
Inconsistent. Like you have those seasons where he was like okay, and then you have those seasons where he's like exceptional. So very inconsistent.
I know he set like great standards for himself, but by his standards, it's been a really bad year for him. Both him and Doc Rivers look to be in postseason form already. I mean, they lose last night to Toronto. Our Raptors team with no Van Vliet.
Let's go. Come on. Labor did something good.
Tie game. There we go.
Let's go.
Yankees have tied the game in the bottom of the 10th.
Is IKF going to be the hero right now?
Imagine.
I'm actually enjoying this.
This is why the TV was a great addition in here.
It was.
Really
I don't know whose idea it was, but
I think Sean's right.
Yeah.
He's
a
visionary.
There's
He's a visionary guy. That's
great
what I said.
Mike Francesa clip of UConn versus Cincinnati, right? In March Madness. He's watching the TV. UConn ties the game, and he goes, "Oh my God!" out of nowhere. The radio silent goes, "Oh my God!"
But Sean said that?
No, Mike Francesa.
Oh, Mike Francesa.
Mike Francesa is a nut, yo. He's crazy.
Nice guy.
Very nice.
Have you ever met him?
I did. I've met him.
Wait. Where did you? What kind of connections do you have to meet Mike?
At work.
Mike
I'll tell you the story after.
I actually met. I don't want to try to compete, but I met Michael K once.
You are competing.
All right.
You
all
are.
right. I
met
Ben. All right. I met Michael K at a Fordham basketball game.
That's good.
And me and my friend, we were kind of afraid to come up to him and talk to him. So instead of like just greeting him a normal way, like my friend went to tap him on the shoulder, and I felt kind of embarrassed because it kind of felt unprofessional. But he talked to us and he gave us his business card.
Michael K. and Mike Francesa, the war of the mid-afternoon sports radio shows.
Yeah, the more of the mics.
Yo, Josh, while we're on the topic of basketball, the silent but deadly Miami Heat, they're leading the Eastern Conference. I did not even know that until I looked on ESPN.
You know, Gina, this is, I actually told you guys this earlier, this is the last show before the regular season comes to a close.
Ooh,
the regular season NBA ends on Sunday.
Playoff, baby.
And I'm looking at the Eastern Conference now specific. Yeah. I'm looking at the East now specifically. I mean, you have some intriguing matchups right now. We know about the Nets. They're 8th seed right now. They're going to be in the play-in. They have actually a big game against Cleveland, who's the 7th seed right now. So we'll see how that plays out. But
so are they still on target to play the Raptors?
The Sixers?
No, the Nets.
No, the Raptors have actually come up in the standings to where they would play the Sixers.
Okay, good. So Kyrie will be able to play.
Kyrie will be able to play the first play-in game, whoever they play, yeah.
Okay, good. So, yeah, they're going on to the next round. I can't say that yet.
Well, is there any...
They can beat Miami. I don't know about Milwaukee, but they can beat Miami.
Is there any city that potentially has stricter rules than New York that they're playing?
San Francisco.
San Francisco, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
but they've stopped that, right? Have they stopped
I don't think they have.
No, they haven't.
Really?
But then again, you're talking about...
The Kings.
You're talking about going to the NBA Finals. The Nets.
Right.
Well, you have to face them there.
Yeah, that's true.
And by the way, an Eastern Conference team that I'm really high on now, the Celtics, say the standings shake out where they have to play the Raptors in the first round. Jaylen Brown and Al Horford, I think, are unvaccinated.
Oh, interesting.
So they would
no,
not
they got
be
Jason.
able-
Jason against Toronto Raptors. I think they'll do just fine.
Really?
They have the Williams the third. He's a very good developmental player. They have Marcus Smart. Come on, they can win. They can beat the Raptors.
Robert Williams is actually out the first round, though.
No, what?
He is, yeah. So it would literally just be Jason Tatum by himself if they play Toronto in the first round.
Well, you can't. No, Marcus Smart is good. He's more of a defensive presence, but I think he might be able to have some offensive opposition against the Raptors. Like, come on, look at the Raptors roster.
I'm high on the Raptors, though. I will say that. I'm getting higher and higher on them as we go on. Just they have Van Vliet, they have Siakam, they have the Scotty Barnes kid who's phenomenal.
He's a rookie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
and
yeah.
they've had a championship culture. They won a championship 3 seasons ago.
You're right.
Now they don't have Kawhi, obviously, but still, they have a culture that's going to be dangerous in a playoff setting. I'm really high.
Yeah, you're right, but I think the Celtics might be able to pull it away that first round if they go against each other. I'm betting on the Celtics.
I think the Heat are making the finals again.
No, sorry.
No, yeah, they're only bubble boys. Next.
Thank you, Gina.
The Heat?
Words out of my mouth. Yep.
Yeah.
The Heat are not making the finals?
The Heat and the Lakers are the bubble boys of the NBA. She said it perfectly.
What does that mean?
They're the bubble
They can
boys.
only play in the bubble.
Yeah.
Ben,
remember that
how about
championship
play a little
in the
game
bubble?
called Infer? Ready?
Infer.
Bubble. Basketball. Make the connection.
Yeah, I remember the bubble. I didn't. When
Who
you
were
thought
the two
of bubble
teams in the
boys,
bubble?
I thought you were saying they're soft.
Well,
but
I get that. I get that. That's
okay.
reasonable.
But thank you. Finally, you're being reasonable
That's
for once.
twice today.
I'm being reasonable.
Twice today, y'all agree on something.
I know, right? It's
I've
shocking.
concluded this about Ben. Ben tries to gaslight people, and he's just very bad.
Oh yeah. And I found out this about Deus. He doesn't want to hear opposing viewpoints.
Common narcissism.
That makes sense.
The NBA landscape right now, right? So we talk about the East a little bit. The West, though. I feel like
this is hard for me. When we're talking about the Western Conference, who's making it, this is hard.
I think I know who you like.
This is
Memphis?
Oh, I don't know, man. Okay, the Suns. I see the Suns going far. I see them going back to the finals. But you got the Warriors.
Yeah.
You got Memphis. Come on, they're a young team. I don't think in the next 3 to 5 years I can see them winning a championship. I don't know about this year, but like they might be like a Cinderella story kind of. Because them boys are gritty. They play very good basketball. I feel like I'm missing a couple teams.
I got the Grizzlies.
The Grizzlies.
The Grizzlies.
I call them. You're not going to roast me for that because I called them the Grizzlies because it's funny because I got it from when I would back in high school I would change my friend's iPad who sat right next to me in class and change his wallpaper to the Grizzlies back when they were really bad. So one time when he got back from the bathroom, he went back to his iPad because we use iPads in school, and he went back to his iPad and he saw he has a Grizzlies wallpaper, and he doesn't even know anything about basketball. So then he looks them up, looks up the symbol because there's no idea what it is, and then he says it's the Grizzlies, and so from.
Are you high on the Grizzlies, Ben?
I'm 100% high. I got Grizzlies and Heat in the finals.
Whoa, okay.
I'm also not going to sleep on the Nets, Josh.
That's ridiculous.
What? I'm not going to sleep on them? I think that they might be. I don't think they'll go to the finals, but I think they'll go farther than we expect them to this year.
You know what? Apparently this Yankees-Red Sox game will never end.
No, it won't.
Nope. So in the meantime, as we wind down here, I got 2 bold predictions for you in the NBA.
Okay.
The Nets, and they won't have Ben Simmons for the play-in. I think they'll make it out the play-in, but they won't win a playoff series without Ben Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that. And the winner of the Western Conference will be the Golden State Warriors.
Okay. Ooh, okay.
I'm on record.
Okay.
I just can't bet against Steph, Clay, and Dre. Mm-hmm. I know they have a problem with they don't have enough bigs, but
I don't know.
They have championship culture.
Championship culture. They have, easy culture. They're the easy way.
Stop.
But I can make a point about that, and I'm sure you guys might agree that.
You got 3 minutes, Ben.
All right, I'm not going to get into it. But I got the grit. Oh, thank you.
Oh my God, please.
Thank you. I got the Grizzlies and the Heat in the finals, and I got the Grizzlies in 6.
Ooh.
I'm going to go, if we're talking finals predictions, I see us having like a big NBA predictions for the playoffs show at some point. But if you ask me right now, I like the Warriors in the West, and I love the Bucks in the East.
I'm going to make a bold prediction. I think the Suns and the Bucks are both going back to the finals this year.
That's not a bad take either.
I think they might go back. Come on, you see the way the Suns are playing. They
but
said
they don't have
they be
heart.
sleeping on them. They don't have heart. What? Come on, that was a good finals last year.
I didn't like last year's finals. I found it. I watch every game. I just found it really boring.
Best finals last few years.
I agree.
You're wrong. You're wrong about that.
For my finals prediction, I will go Phoenix Suns and the Milwaukee Bucks, but the Milwaukee Bucks winning again.
Oh, the best player in the world.
One
getting it
last
done.
thing. I got to trash talk for a second.
Okay.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are terrible. Ben, let me ask you a question. What do you call something that's white, black, and red all over?
Quick, Ben. Quick. No pressure.
The Penguins in a blender, because that's what they are. They're terrible. They're chopped meat. And thank you.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the Rangers.
We're done. We're done.
Before we wrap it up, I agree with Anthony. I do think that if the Bucks and Suns are going back, the Bucks will win it again.
I can't wait to see how it plays out. But that is it for us on WHPC Sports Talk. From Anthony Deus, Gina Halstead, Ben Oppenheimer, I am Joshua Umahi saying we're going to call it a week here, and we'll see you back here on Monday. Have a good weekend.